lesser is his daughter. The other is daughter to the banished duke, and here detained by her usurping uncle to keep his daughter company, whose loves are dearer than the natural bond of sisters. But I can tell you that as of late, this duke hath taken displeasure against his gentle niece. Sir, fare you well.
Very well. Thus must I, from the smoke into the smother, from tyrant duke unto a tyrant brother. But heavenly Rosalind.
Why, cousin, why, Rosalind, Cupid have mercy. Not a word.
Not one to throw at a dog.
Come, come, wrestle with thy affections.
They take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
Oh, a good wish upon you. Is it possible, on such a sudden, you should fall into so strong a liking with old Sir Rowland's youngest son?
Well, let me love him for that. And do you love him, too? Look, here comes the Duke.
With his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste, and get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin! Within these 10 days, if that thou beest found, so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me.
Thou art thy father's daughter, there's enough.
Well, so was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
She is too subtle for thee, and her smoothness, her very silence, and her patience speak to the people, and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name. Firm and irrevocable is my doom which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You needs provide yourself. If you outstay the time, upon mine honor, and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind, whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I would give thee mine. I charge thee, be not thou more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin. Prithee be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, hath not? Rosalind lacks then the love which teacheth thee that thou and I am one. Say what thou canst. I'll go along with thee.
Whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger will it be to us, maids as we are, to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, the like do you, so shall we pass along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better, because that I am more than common tall, that I should suit me all points like a man, and in my heart lie whatever hidden woman's fear there will. We'll have a swashing and a martial outside, like many other mannish cowards have who do outface it with their semblances.
What shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse a name than Jove's own page. Now look, therefore, you call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Aliena.
But cousin, what if we essayed to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travels?
He'll go o'er the wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Now, let's away and get our jewels and our wealth. Now go we in content to liberty and not to banishment. Yay!
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, as the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which when it bites and blows upon my body even till I shrink with cold, I smile and say, this is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, and this our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stone, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Oh, happy is your grace that can translate the stubbornness of fortune into so quiet and sweet a style.
Come, shall we go and kill his venison? And yet it irks me, the poor dappled fools, being native burghers of this desert city, should, in their own confines, have with forked heads, have their round haunches gored.
Indeed, my lord, the melancholy Jakes grieves at that.
And swears you do more usurp than doth your brother that hath banished you.
Today, my lord of Amiens and myself did steal behind him as he lay along under an oak, whose antique root peeps out upon the brook that brawls along this wood. To the which place a poor sequestered stag that from the hunter's aim had ta'en a hurt did come to languish.
But what said Jakes? Did he not moralize the spectacle?
Oh yes, into 1,000 similes.
Aye, quoth Jakes. 'Tis right, quoth he, thus misery doth part the flux of company.
And anon a careless herd full of the pasture jumps along by him and stays not to greet him.
Aye, quoth Jakes, sweep on, you fat and greasy citizens, 'tis just the fashion. Wherefore do you look upon that poor and broken bankrupt there?
Thus most invectively he doth pierce through country, city, court.
Yea, and of this our lives swearing that we are mere usurpers, tyrants, and what's worse, to fright the animals and to kill them up in their assigned and native dwelling places?
Show me the place. I love to cope him in these sullen fits, for then he's full of matter.
I'll bring you to him straight.
Can it be possible that no man saw them?
Your daughter and her cousin much commend the parts and graces of the wrestler that did lately foil the sinewy Charles. That you surely in their company.
Send to his brother. Fetch that gallant hither. If he be absent, bring his brother to me. I'll make him find him. Do this suddenly.
Who's there? What? My young master? Oh, you memory of old Sir Rowland. Why? What make you here? Oh, what a world is this? Why, what's the matter? Oh, unhappy youth, your brother hath heard your praises, and this night he means to burn the lodging where you used to lie, and you within it. Oh, why, whither, Adam, wouldst thou have me go? No matter whither, so you come not here. I have 500 crowns. Here's the gold. All this I give to you. Let me be your servant. Though I look old, yet I am strong and lusty.
Oh, good old man, how well in thee appears the constant service of the antique world. But, poor old man, thou prunest the rotten tree that cannot so much as a blossom yield. But, come thy ways, we'll go along together.
Go on, master, and I will follow thee to the last gasp with truth and loyalty.
Oh, Jupiter, how weary are my spirits!
I care not for my spirit, and my legs were not weary.
I pray you bear with me. I cannot go no further.
Well, this is the Forest of Arden.
Now am I in Arden. The more fool I. When I was at home, I was in a better place. But travelers must be content.
I'd be so good, Touchstone. But look, who comes here? A young man and an old in solemn talk.
That is the way to make her scorn you still.
Oh, Corin, that thou knowest how much I do love her.
I partly guess, for I have loved ere now.
No, Corin, no. Being old, thou canst not guess. Though in thy youth thou wast as true a lover. How many actions most ridiculous hast thou been drawn to by thy fantasy?
Into 1,000 that I have forgotten.
Oh, Phoebe! Phoebe!